Good day at the allotment, and again I've got my sunglasses which I'm putting on. It is such a gloriously bright day. I mean, just the last few days have been really quite grey, and then we just turn into another 24 hours and the skies are blue. The wind is sort of quite breezy actually today, but it's just glorious. So today I am finally sorting out the edge bed for the really large area down at the lower plot. I've been intending to do this. Oh, there's the vixen. At the back of my plot, we've got a family of foxes underneath both our sheds. So yeah, there we are. She was just bringing something back for them. So yeah, I've been intending to edge the big bed on the lower plot for ages and just haven't got round to it, but I'm getting round to it today. I'm not going to be doing it quite the same as the rest of our edge beds, but sort of in a similar way, because there's such a long, I think, what is it, 2.4, it must be about 7 meters that we're going to be joining together. So it's not going to be quite as rigid as the ones that we do here, but I'm going to do it as rigid as possible. And then when I have done what I am going to do, I'll show you how I've actually done it. Now, one thing that I was thinking of is, what is the difference between an edged bed and a raised bed? Well, for me, an edge bed is one that sits on the ground, and effectively you do put soil in and compost in, but you're never really looking at raising the level of the soil significantly. Where for a raised bed, that's obviously raised above the ground in a similar way, but generally much taller. Not sure if you can see. Let me see. Yeah, this one here I would class as a raised bed, where all of our other beds, which we'll look at in a minute, I would class as edge beds. So it's just one height, where this one here, sorry, I'm pointing at the wrong thing, is three heights of decking board. Our edge bed's just one height of decking board, and where we may fill up with compost, that level of compost drops over the year. So really our edge beds are just about keeping things neat and tidy. Also, what I am doing in most of the ones that I do now, the newer ones, at the corners, with the wood that joins the two pieces of wood together, the vertical bit of wood, I make it quite a bit longer than the depth of the decking boards, simply so that when I'm dragging a hose around between the beds, there's room for that to travel up the vertical pole a bit. Because what I have found out on some others where I don't have that facility, or I didn't put that facility in, the hose can just drag across the bed, which obviously we don't want. Anyway, I'm going to show you now what I'm going to do, and yeah, let's just have a look at that. It's quite windy, so I hope you can hear me. It's quite breezy, it's not windy. So this bed in the middle here is the one that I'm going to edge today. And you may remember that we've got these two beds here, one there, one there. And this is effectively an entrance way to the plot, but I've never ever used it. So having asked a couple of weeks ago whether I should join these beds together, that's what I'm doing today as well. So this, quite a lot of wind, this bed on the right here is higher than this one on the left. So I've actually taken some soil out from here to try and level this board off a bit. Come over here. Oh, you can't see if I do that, but there we are. I think you can see there that I've taken soil out so that this board is actually level. So I'm going to be doing, at this corner here, I'm going to be doing like this. and at this corner here as well. But when these join, when these two join, I'm not doing an upright. I'm actually going to be putting a batten behind here and screwing through that just to hold them together. So I'm not doing a upright, effectively I'm doing a batten along the back on the inside. Same here. And then here will be a corner upright like the other corners. I've cut all my woods and battens to size, so they're all there. I do mine 30 centimeters. This one is slightly shorter, but they're mainly 30 centimeters. And then a challenge that I will have is here the land drops down, so I'm actually going to have to build that up, but I've got some topsoil, so that's not going to be an issue. But I'm not going to do that today. Now, one of the questions, sorry, let me move out of the way. We have dandelions flowering here, and I'm sort of going to leave them there, but then I'm going to put cardboard around everything else to suppress the weeds. Any perennial weeds I will take out. Now, one thing that is going to happen is the top of the bed here is actually slightly wider than the bottom here, so that I make life easy for myself. I'm not going to be cutting anything off the top board here. It's going to be 2.4 meters. The bottom will be 2.4 meters, and that will actually mean, as this top area here is longer than the wider rather than the bottom area I'm standing on at the moment, I think the paths are going to look a bit odd because they'll be out of parallel. But that's just really my OCD numbers and angles issue rather than anything else. I think what we will end up with is slightly more growing area, but it will mean that I'll have to put cardboard under here again. So I'm going to crack on now with just getting this board done at the top here. I'm going to put cardboard under that. So I'll set the tripod up and you can watch what I do. here we are. That's now joined and filled. I will most probably put some more compost on here. The first thing I put on was compost from the local zoo, and then it was well rotted manure on top of that. So I could actually plant straight into this, but I will mix some multi-purpose compost into that. Right, now on to the biggie. Right, that's this edge bed made up. There is some further work to do because the end level here is lower than the end level here. So I've actually put, in fact we'll go down there. You can see here there's a gap underneath, and here I've put some tiles here just to help at the moment. What I really need to do is build this up rather than lower that end. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got some other bits of wood that I can put underneath, and I could also put some bricks under there, which I most probably will do. Right, day of long shadows again. Let me move over here. This, as I say, I will actually be covering in cardboard. Not the oxeye daisies and the thyme, but I'll be putting cardboard all around the rest. As you can see, we've got most probably virtually another foot, maybe another 8 inches, 8-9 inches this side. So what I'm going to have to do is extend the cardboard out beyond here, about 2 inches beyond here. Then this is our flower, another flower bed area. We've got comfrey here at the moment. There's a verbena there. Again, I think this needs more cardboard. If I just turn you around like that, that one is pretty straight, aligned with that path. But then you come over here, because it's wider, This one sort of goes out a little bit. It's wider at the end than it is here. But hey, that doesn't matter. But again, cardboard to come out beyond here. So I suppose we must have another good 4 square meters of growing area having put this edge bed in. But that obviously means we've got to get more compost. And at the moment we've only got 1 bit of zoo compost at the end in that bucket to put down. But hey, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with today's work. Still finishing off to do the cardboard. Putting in will be fine, and then I'll put, as well as putting cardboard under here, I'll also put cardboard up the inside edge, so the cardboard will come along and then go up the inside ledge, and there'll be another layer underneath. So sorry about my shadow, but you can see here how the cardboard is out a couple of inches from the actual frame. So great, job done. I'm really pleased with today's work. I've been wanting to do this for 6 months maybe, and finally it's done. So you can see that I've got a little friend here who I suppose she's warming up the early potatoes, I suppose. In reality, she's getting the last rays of the sun. She's been around me all afternoon. When other people have been around, she's gone away, but then I've turned around when I've been on my own and she's been back. Yeah, she seems quite happy. Obviously, I'm not making too much noise in the shed, under which she's got her cubs. Anyway, there we are. Glasses back on. So that was a really good afternoon's work. I'm sure Rich will approve of this lighting, which I'm sure shows all the crags in my face, but there we are, never mind. Yeah, good afternoon's work. Got that bed edged on the lower plot, started filling upper bed on this top plot. There's another plane going over, good old British Airways. In fact, there's a plane going that way, another one's just taken off going the opposite direction. Because there's various different routes that planes can take out of Heathrow once they've taken off. Anyway, that's it for today. I've taken some pea shoots and Mizuna and Cavolo Nero, and we're going to have a deconstructed walnut and Mizuna pesto today with pea shoots and Cavolo Nero. Deconstructed because I can't be bothered to construct it all, basically. Anyway, really pleased. Such a glorious day. The apple tree's coming back to life. Doubt we'll get any apples off it, but the parakeets will adore it. God, it really is a glorious evening. So different to yesterday. Anyway, look, I'm just rambling now, aren't I? Thank you very much for watching, and if you like what you see, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you don't like what you see, then go and watch something else. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe if you like what we do. Bye.